Well, now, since we talk about this, let's move on to the following. Well, how to talk about sex with your child. Well, first, study the moment when issues of responsible sexual behavior are raised in a television program or music video. Use it as a springboard for discussion. Remember that everyday activities like driving a car or storing food are sometimes the best are sometimes the best times to talk. Second, be honest. If you feel uncomfortable, say so, but explain that it is important to continue talking. If you don't know how to answer your teen's question, offer help finding the answer. Third, be direct. Clearly express how you feel about specific topics such as oral sex and sex. It presents the risk objectively, including emotional pain, sexually transmitted infections, and unplanned pregnancy. He explains that oral sex is not a risk free alternative to sexual intercourse. 4. Consider your teen's point of view. Don't scold or scare your teen to discourage sexual activity. Instead, listen carefully. Understand your teenager's difficulties, challenges, and concerns. 5. It does not just focus on the facts. While your teen needs accurate information about sex, it's also important to talk about feelings, attitudes, and values. Analyze questions of ethics and responsibility in the context of your personal and religious beliefs. And six, and the final, encourage dialogue. Let your teen know that it's okay to talk about sex whenever she has questions or concerns. Reward the questions by saying, I'm glad you saw me. Next. What topics to address? Well, first, how do I know if I'm all ready to have sex? Well, various factors such as peer pressure, curiosity, and loneliness, to name a few, make teens start having sex early in life. But there is no rush. Remind your teen that it's okay to wait. Sex is adult behavior. Meanwhile, there are other ways to express affection, like intimate talks, long walks, holding hands, listening to music, dancing, kissing, touching, and hugging. Next, help your teen understand that no always means no. Well, uh, emphasize that alcohol and drugs affect huge men and reduce inhibitions, leading to situations where rape is more likely to occur. Well, now sexual transmit diseases. Well, this is a very complex and very important topic to talk to your child, since they represent a great risk. Talk to them about what they are like, and how to take care of them. Next, teenage pregnancies. This is another very important issue, since it represents another risk that young people run, having a very big responsibility, such as having a child in the full growth stage. Well, these are all the topics, and next. Well, parents should also be alert to the following warnings, since that teenager may be a victim of violence during courtship. Alcohol or drug use, avoid friends and social events, justify your partner's behavior, fear when close to the partner, loss of interest in school or activities that you previously enjoyed, bruises and scratches or suspicious injuries. Well, now, as I say you, firstly, now I'm going to give my point of view. I'm going to give my opinion of this. Well, uh, is sex education the responsibility of parents or schools? I repeat the question. Well, my answer is that for both parties, children need to learn or inform themselves about the sexuality from different parts. Well, parents doing their job, they have to teach their children everything so that they make few mistakes through their lives. Parents have to be the children's guide so as not to be wrong. Sexuality is something important that parents have to talk about with their children, where they must take up many topics such as sexual relationships, unwanted pregnancies, sexual preference, sexually transmitted diseases. They need to share their experience. The parents need to share their experience and what to do when they begin to be part of any of these topics that I have mentioned. That was the sexual relationships, unwanted pregnancies, sexual preference, sexually transmit diseases, etc., etc. And on the other hand, there are the schools. These have the objective of educating children and young people, preparing them for the future, giving them life lessons. So the school, I think it's obligatory that they talk to the children about sex, about the sexuality. Uh, Obviously, they have to talk about sexuality. It is essential that to some degree they begin to touch them about this, to teach them about this topic. Sorry, and I also believe that they give talks and lectures for children, that they learn everything they need to learn about sexuality. Well, and as I say you, I think that it needs to be the the sexuality, the topic of the sexuality needs to be teach by both sides, by parents and school, because well, the school, as I say you, it needs to be obligatory because the school shows you, prepares you for your future, for the life, how the life works, no, and and the parents show you what they have had lived during he during their lives, giving you their experience. How do they fight with against the problems that maybe you can't have, and that's important to be taught by two different sides. And now, another thing that another point is that it could be like only the job of the school to teach the the children about sexuality, because there are some parents that maybe don't care about this. They, as I say you, they don't care about this. They think that this is not important, uh, but the school need to show everything they can do, because well, yeah, the schools are obligatory, and the parents, if they have the opportunity, they need to do it because the children need to learn about the experiences of their parents. So I think that, well, sorry for that cut, but I just got interrupted. Sorry, but well, in conclusion, about my opinion, as I analyze this topic, well, the responsibility of the sex education of children is of both parts. Well, by parents and for the school. Sorry, uh, because but more but it is more important to be for school. Why? Because there are some parents who are not apt to touch on these issues, or who simply do not care. So in that case, the school needs to be the only one who teach about the sexuality to the children. So, but I think that the majority of the parents, well, no, I think that the half and a half are different, and one half talk to their children about the sexuality, and the other half do not do it because they don't care, as I say you, or they are not up to touch these issues, or they have like, uh, how I can say you, they have pain to talk to their children about that. So yes, I think that to have to be more effective, it needs to be both parts. But if the parents cannot do it, the responsibility is for the school. So that's my conclusion, and thanks for listening this video, and thanks for your attention.